ride on the back of a golden eagle as it makes kill after kill. I have never seen film like this before. We have news for you with fresh kit from the British Shooting Show. Plus, size doesn't matter. I am pigeon shooting in Wales with the emphasis on the singular pigeon. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain.
It is just a complete immersion in wildlife and a complete immersion in watching the birds hunt, and it's just being witness to something that has played out in the wild for millennia, but you're able to be part of it and be engrossed in it, and it's I think that is what captivates us and keeps bringing us back year after year. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it for, it is just absolutely breathtaking to watch. There is just something about the Scottish Highlands. It doesn't matter where you go in the world. Whenever you come back to the Scottish Highlands, it is just uplifting. It is good for the soul and good for the spirit. We've got a couple of goldies, so we've got Cappy, and we've got Baby, and then we've got the Fruitail as well. And the other exciting thing is we've got our young pups that are out with us as well. So we crossed a German Wirehead with our Wirehead Vizsla, just to try and beef up the abilities of the Vizsla a little bit, but try and hopefully keep a bit of the temperament of the Vizsla as well. Hopefully we'll get a few good points, give us a chance to get into some really good positions and set up some great flights. So yeah, as I say, really looking forward to it. It should be superb. The other thing we need to do is to introduce my new hat. So unfortunately, as we saw in an earlier episode, this hat has finally met its demise. Well, it's still very comfortable, but it has been a very, very lucky hat to me. But thankfully, William Evans and Sons stepped up to the mark and have found me a couple of very nice shiny hats that are exactly the same. I think I've actually put a little bit of weight on. I've got a fat head, so just a little bit of a squeeze, but it is absolutely perfect. So hopefully it will be just as lucky to me as the last one. No, Dom did well on the slip on that one. So I'll just come in to quickly do the trade-off. There you go. That away. Because they've got the fruginess in them, these things have got an absolute flip-top head, so they can open up the hair and just start gulping away. They swallow unbelievable amounts very quickly. Before you know it, they've had their fill and they won't be flying for a couple of days. So again, everything that we do is obviously just to make sure that the birds get the exact amount of food so that they're on weight for the next day so we can continue flying. And then obviously we're going to take the hares away and we're going to cook them up over the next few days. So we want to catch a few hares with each bird each day, and then obviously there's enough for everybody back at the cottage. And they are absolutely divine. They do eat well. There we go. Oh. That was excellent. We had a camera on the back of him then, and he was just getting used to it. He missed it on the first one, and then the hare got into this little bit of a hag here and was running up, and he got back on it and took it just down in the bottom here. So hopefully we'll be able to have a look and see how the footage looks. But yeah, no, that was superb. He's nowhere near as good as he used to be, because unfortunately as he's getting on, I think he's 21st or 22nd season, I can't remember, that I've been working with him and hunting with him, but unfortunately he started to develop arthritis in his toes now, so that's slowing him up. When he's going in, he's not quite as dexterous as he used to be. So anyway, still pleased with that. Onwards and upwards. Now just got to get out of this bog. Right. Because we got such good footage yesterday with the onboard camera, David was very keen this morning. He was like a small child at Christmas, up at dawn waiting to get out so we could go and get some more footage, and then was asking why we couldn't get out and we had to wait. And the reason for that is because all birds of prey have to cast, so for them to digest the food and then to bring up the casting. So, you know, by the time that's gone through, it's sort of 9, 10 o'clock in the morning before they're ready to go again. So that's why we couldn't go out for Christmas morning, David.
One of the best bits, sort of just not knowing what this is going to deliver.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good bit or not. It's because obviously we've not done this particular bit of hill before, so you just then again it changes with the weather, it changes with the wind. You just never know, do you?
Get him up, Gussie, go on. Go on, get him up. Go on. Where is he? Hey!
Whenever you're flying a hawk, whenever you're flying, a falcon, whatever, you're with that bird. You know, when the flight is going on, then a part of your soul is working with the bird and experiencing everything that you imagine that you are experiencing everything the bird is experiencing, so the highs and the lows of the flight. But being able to actually have the camera on the back of the bird and see what goes on, and just see the speed and the manoeuvrability and the turns is just unbelievable. It's almost as if you're a jockey on the back of the eagle. It is just beautiful to watch. so far the results we've got from that have been wonderful. And now, really, you know, David's superfluous. You know, we don't actually require it. All we've got to do is stick a camera on the dog, stick a camera on the eagle, and we're there. So, perfect.
Roy succeeding there where the BBC failed. In Living Planet 2, their footage was wobbly and almost unusable. If you want to see a behind-the-scenes film about this, we've made one in 360. You can click on the link on the screen to watch it. Now to someone who is more one-dimensional than three-dimensional, it's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. Last weekend's British shooting show was used by many manufacturers to showcase their new products. From the world of air guns, Gammo has launched the Maxim Elite Multi-Shot, a break barrel but with a 10-shot magazine. Staying with air guns, and Eagle Vision, made famous by Ted from Ted's Holdover, have a new magnetic scope phone mount. And in the world of clay shooting, Laporte is offering more bang for your buck by filling in the hole of the carousel.
It's going to be 50% more clays, 25% loading quicker, and the precision is exactly the same as the R. The grounds are going to love it, really are.
The show was well attended and is a great opportunity for friends to catch up with each other after a winter hibernation. Indian villagers have captured a man-eating tiger after it mauled 6 people. The tiger became a man-eater after escaping from a reserve in Uttar Pradesh. After it killed a night watchman, locals formed a search party. They flattened sugarcane crops to make way for forest rangers riding elephants, who shot it with a tranquilizer dart. Villagers clashed with officials when the animal was put in a cage to be taken to Lucknow Zoo. Poachers have killed a white lion at a game reserve in South Africa. It's the 6th lion to be killed in Limpopo province since January. They cut off the head and paws of the animal but were disturbed before they could remove the skin. The white lions of Polokwane Game Reserve are world famous. We can reveal the most dangerous adversary the United States is facing. With no less than 879 attacks on American infrastructure, it's a squirrel. According to the cybersquirrel1.com website, squirrels top the list of animal disruption to US electricity supplies and other utilities. Birds come a poor second with 434 recorded incidents, and snakes third at 83. A Saudi prince has bought 80 seats on a flight for his birds. A photo posted on Reddit shows the falcon sitting comfortably, albeit in second class. Several Arab airlines allow you to check in birds. And finally, a bow hunter has filmed a buck running and shedding its antlers at the same time. This video, filmed by Grant Schuler and Neil Underwood and shared by Heartland Bowhunter on Facebook, shows the moment when a young white-tailed buck loses its headgear. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. Right, pigeon shooting is an art form. This is the minimalist version. I am out with the doyen of South Wales pigeon guides, Nick Richards of British Shooting Services. We arrive in a rape field somewhere in South Wales before dawn, and there are pigeons.
Yep, we're on a 40-acre rape field. So obviously I got the magnet there, the new UK Shoot Warehouse magnet with the hyper flaps. Upwind, just underneath the city tree here. I got the pattern out there now, all out here. There, facing into the wind and slightly off the wind. And also then with Ryan then on the next hide up, obviously I'm going to put some decoys out for him now, so they're going to be a shared day. So basically, when the pigeons come to the deep, both patterns, they both can get some sport, because there's a lot of wood pigeon here being on this rape field today.
Let's hope you don't become a hostage to that last statement, Nick.
Because there's a lot of wood pigeon here being on this rape field today.
In the words of the late George Michael, you have got to have faith. We get out the kit, the whirly from UK Shoot Warehouse, the silo socks and the decoys, a couple of hides that could win awards for architecture. The sun rises. We even get spectators. Nick Richards has a serious amount of knowledge about pigeons and pigeon shooting. Also out today is a fellow YouTuber, Ryan Dawson from Cymru Hunters, a man with knowledge and none of it serious.
whatever, you're a minger.
There is a lot of waiting around after that first bunch of pigeons sugars off. Ryan is philosophical.
It's just the way it is, isn't it? But I mean, birds, it's a wild bird, they're unpredictable, aren't they? You can never tell what they're going to do next. You know, 1 minute they're here, next minute they're gone.
So it's quite fun putting him on the spot. You can see him going, oh God, no, please be no dead pigeon.
It happens. I mean, you know, I book regular days out with different guides, but you know, mainly with Nick because I'm here in South Wales, and I get some great shooting.
Yeah.
You know, so do some good DIY days with Nick.
All those birds that Andy Crow gets in the southeast of England, well, let me tell you that pigeon shooting here in the Principality today is a gentleman's sport. Nick puts in the work, tweaking the pattern.
I'm just taking in the floater at the moment now, Sally, because obviously the breeze has died down, so it doesn't look natural in the back of the pattern. Because obviously with these Scilla socks, when the air catches underneath, they give a slight movement. You think that it's just about to land in the back of the pattern. So obviously the breeze has died down a bit now, so it just looks too static in the pattern. So I'm just bringing it in to see if that helps the situation.
Nick takes me off to see some of the other 20,000 acres he manages in this part of South Wales. And my goodness, he has pigeons! Plenty of pigeons! Are you going to say, should have been here last week?
Well, yes, I think so. No, but that's pigeon shooting, you know.
Back at the rape field, at last one comes over. It's not just a truckload of shooting kit we have on this trip. I'm loaded with the finest camera gear that eBay sells. Dave, the third man in the group, is operating the shot cam on the end of his shotgun. The pigeon comes in. It's going to be a tricky shot, and Dave does it.
He's down. I did nice. That was a lovely shot. Oh, fair play, that was a lovely shot.
But as you can see, the shot cam doesn't fire, so you can't see the pigeon. Some days, nothing goes right. Here is Nick explaining to Ryan about the pigeons we saw not in this field, but on the other field.
We drove down to the bottom to do a little bit of filming. Time we drove back up, constantly coming into the field.
I could cry.
Well, hardly any pigeons, but we still had a great time. Have a look on YouTube for Cymru Hunters or click on the link on the screen. To find out about Nick's guiding services, he has pigeons, honest, visit BritishShootingServices.com. Well, thank you guys for a very entertaining day indeed, even though we didn't shoot much. Now from South Wales to the wider world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube. This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. Following what could be our worst day on the pigeons, Rich Hunting from Holland makes me feel better. He sends me his film of a shocking day's shooting with, he admits, some incredible missing. At the opposite end of the scale, Philiu Hunting in France has 5 wild boars on the same stand with his Zauer 404 during a driven hunt, plus he films a fight with a 100-kilo animal. Want to know what kit we use on our shoots? Our cameraman Aaron Jones did some filming at the Water Priory estate in Yorkshire and has put together some of the slow-mo shots over music. Mikhail Ger is back, bouncing checkers, moose hunting, black grouse shooting and ice fishing in Laponia. It's a long version of a package we made with her a few months back. There were lots of YouTube channels at the British Shooting Show last weekend, not just us. Here is SRS Power's Film of the Day. YouTube channel news next. Pure Instinct Hunting TV has teamed up with Jason Hauser Outdoors to form a new channel, Wicked Wild Outdoors, and here is the promo. This film about ibex hunting in Turkey is popular this week. Hikmet Balchi is shooting a 118cm animal with the Frontier Outdoor Adventure Company. And finally, we are all about nurturing young shooting talent here on Fieldsports Channel, not to mention scratching the backs of our mates. This is a film by Archie, son of our David, solving at 800 frames per second the eternal question, Nerf versus Jenga. That's it for this week. Links are in the description. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, send it in via YouTube or email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Well, that's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please pop along to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or pop your email address into our constant contact form, which allows us to contact you about this show, Field Sports Britain, at 7 PM UK time every Wednesday. And this has been Field Sports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.